So hey guys, it is the Style Lord here again with another fun, informative video. Today's video is not a style video. It is a more of a talkative type of video. And I just want to first say before I get into it, welcome back if you aren't new here, and welcome if you are. Glad to have you. So today's video is actually a sort of a beginner's guide on how to care for natural hair. I remember when I first started, I was there. I was totally clueless. I didn't know what to do with my natural hair. It was quite the challenge because when I was a child growing up, I never touched my natural hair. You know, my grandmother always hired someone every single weekend to do my hair and my sister's hair. And so when I became an adult, after my mom relaxed my hair, and I did the relaxed hair because it was easy to manage. It's not textured like the kinkiness of our natural hair is. I didn't know what to do, and so I wore hats. I think I wore hats for at least 1 year straight before I stumbled upon some YouTubers, and this was like 3 or 4 years ago. And let me just say, I've cut my hair at least 3 or 4 times since I did the initial big chop. So I've literally cut my hair 4 times down to the scalp, and I don't know. It was just one of those changes I was going through in life, and I just snip. Anyway, yeah, and plus shorter hair is so much more easy to manage, so that is one of the reasons that factored into why I chopped my hair off at least 3 or 4 times already. But now I'm letting it grow out, and I can say through trial and error and watching other YouTubers 3-4 years ago, I have learned a thing or two in how to care for this hair. It has become so much more easier. I'm not afraid anymore. It's not frustrating anymore. So here are 12 tips on how to care for your natural hair. I wrote them down, guys, because you tend to forget things. So the first one is style preparation method. It is super important, guys, that when you have our type of kinky, coily hair, and it's not even curly hair, because curly hair is even more easier to manage than our type of textured hair. This is more of a challenge because we have what we call coils, and when coils interlock, it is quite the challenge to detangle and to manage. So if you're like, go to bed just like that without having some sort of style incorporated into it, you're gonna wake up with loads of tangle, and it can be rather frustrating, can get really dry, and it can break, and yada yada yada. So here is the first step. I call it the style preparation method, and that simply entails several different ways in which you can do that. My favorite style preparation method, as I call it, is to braid my hair. Like, I mostly part my hair in half down the middle, and I braid it going backwards, or I'll bantu knot my hair. I seldomly twist my hair. I've done a twist out probably 3 times since I've been natural. I mostly do bantu knots and the braid outs. I haven't done much twist outs. I have done wash and goes, but that's a whole nother story. However, so the style preparation method is important. Why? Because you prepare your hair at night for how you want to style it in the morning, and that also keeps it from you going to bed with it, as is, out like this, and then wake up, it's a tangled mess, you don't know what to do with it, it's a challenge, you get frustrated, you may put the scissors to it, you may decide to go back to relaxing it, which isn't good. So style prepping your hair is super important in caring for it, and you can use either of those methods. You can French twist it, you can single box braid it with your own hair, you can whatever, because all of those things allow our hair to form in some sort of curl pattern, or it gives it a more easy to manage type of texture, and it protects the hair as well at night while we sleep. So super important. You can choose whichever method you'd like. Number 2, sleeping on a satin or silk pillowcase. I think it's silk. And I've used either. I think I've used both satin and silk. So it seemed to work for me, but I think most people say silk. So you can use a silk or satin pillowcase or a silk or satin scarf. What that does is keep your hair nicely tucked away while you're sleeping after you've style prepped it, to keep any friction from happening between your hair and the non-traditional or the traditional bed sheets, like the non-silk stuff. Keeps friction from happening, which causes your hair to break. You don't want that, and it dries out and then it tangles. So the style preparation method and using a silk or satin scarf or pillowcase is super important. Step number 3. Okay, I wish someone had told me all of that. I didn't know. Yeah, and it was quite a challenge. When I first started, I was clueless, guys. I had no idea what I was doing. So if you're someone like this video is actually for someone who's just starting out, or maybe you've started and you were like me, wearing hats for a while and don't know what to do. This video is definitely for you. Okay, let's move on. Number 3, moisturize and hydrate. For a long time, I had the misunderstanding that applying oils and butter to my hair moisturized my hair. But as time went on and I learned some things, I've come to understand that oils and butters don't moisturize your hair. Water does, liquid. So you have to use either water in a spray bottle. You can mix that water with aloe vera juice. You can, whatever you want to put in your celery. I use celery juice. Recently I've been using celery juice. Or you can make up your own DIY water mix with some essential oils and water and aloe vera, whatever. As long as it's liquid, where if you're going to two-strand twist your hair as a style preparation method before going to bed to prepare for styling in the morning, you can mist it with the water and also apply your butters and your oils at the same time, because that way they're better able to penetrate the shaft of the hair. So definitely moisturize and hydrate your hair is tip number 3. Tip number 4, and by the way, guys, before I move on to tip number 4, our hair has roots. So anything with roots need water to grow. Okay? It needs water to grow. And dry, brittle hair breaks, and we don't want that to happen. So we definitely want to moisturize and hydrate our hair, especially our type of hair. Okay, number 4, oils and butters. Okay, so, I just stated that oils and butters don't hydrate our hair or moisturize our hair. What it does is add shine to our hair. It nurtures our hair, if it, given that it has nutritional benefits to it. I'm sure they do. Like shea butter is one of these are some of the best oils and butters and that I use. Shea butter, you have coconut butter, you also have coconut oil that I also like to use. Some people love mango butter as well, but I love shea butter. Like I use this, and I buy this and then I make my own hair/body butter. I use this on both my hair and my body, and I put olive oil. That's another one of the oils that you can use in your hair. And I add also coconut oil to that mix. You can use these separately, the coconut oil and the olive oil in your hair separately. They're great for hair. To get your hair super like soft and just shiny. Argan oil is key, super powerful for adding shine to your hair. It softens your hair, and that's what butters do. They add shine and soften your hair. So, but they do not hydrate or moisturize your hair. Okay, so argan oil, jojoba oil, guys. Those are the 2 most potent, most powerful oils for hair and skin as well, because they're the closest to skin, especially jojoba. and it absorbs quickly and easily into your hair without leaving it feeling oily or you know, greasy, as some people say. So definitely have some argan oil and jojoba oil in your arsenal for your hair care and skincare routines. I also use castor oil. Like Jamaica's black castor oil is preferred by most people because it also contribute to hair growth. There's also the Haitian black castor oil, which I've gotten of lately because the stores around here don't seem to carry the Jamaica black castor oil. I would have to order it online or go into another town at some beauty supply store. So yeah, I definitely use castor oil faithfully on my scalp. And the other oil, it strengthens the scalp, and the other oil that strengthens the scalp is and heals the scalp is moringa oil. I use the Haitian moringa oil I get from this company online, and I get also their Haitian castor oil as well from them. I've tried them out. I really like it. I even put some on my eyebrows because castor oil is known for growing eyebrows, especially the Jamaican black castor oil. I put some on my eyebrows. I put some on my eyelashes and my lips to help with hair growth, and lips for moisturizing. Anyway, so those are some of the butters and oils that are great for hair. So if you like, what do I put in my hair? You know, you're just like braiding your hair and just wearing wigs and whatnot and not adding anything to it, that's not good. Your hair needs some support, okay? It needs some nurturing, and it takes these type of ingredients to do so. And of course, non-toxic is always better than toxic. So I always choose things that are cold pressed, organic, you know, non-GMO, you name it. I make sure that the ingredients are clean and safe. Okay, moving on to number 4, trimming your hair. Super important. We get split ends, and how I trim my hair is I have two-strand twist it, and I will just, you know, take the ends and look and see where there's any like frayed, straight looking ends, raggedy ends, and I just snip it off with my scissors that I bought for hair trimming from the beauty supply store. And yeah, so I do that at least every 3 months, you know, or whenever you see maybe, okay, my hair is looking. Sometimes it's not even that it's split ends, it's just that your hair is dry. So once you hydrate it and add some oils and butters to it, you'll be like, oh, well, it wasn't actually split ends. So I think the healthiest way and the safest method is a way to do that is to do it every 3 months. But again, gauge it for your own liking, you know, especially if you're paying attention to your hair, you'll notice when, okay, maybe I need to trim it a little bit sooner than every 3 months, maybe every 2 months. Okay, or even less. You can go 3 or 4 or 5 months without needing to trim your hair because you're taking care of your hair from the inside and the out, and that's super important. What you put in your body also contributes to hair growth. So you definitely want to factor that in as well. So this would make this a 13 hair care tip. How to care for natural hair, because I did not write that down. It just popped in my head. Yes. So hair grows also most importantly from the inside out. So having the sufficient vitamins that contribute to hair growth is important to take in on a daily basis. Biotin, pantothenic acid, what else? Collagen. So if you can find a quality collagen, there is one that I know of. I'll link it below, and if you're interested, you can check it out. People have been raving on about how it's grown their hair, and they've shown me the before and after pictures. So I'm like, okay, I need to really try this, okay? Because I would like to see some exponential growth hair or some consistent growth hair. So definitely, because I've chopped my hair off so many times, I'm like, okay, what would it actually look like if it was much longer than this? So I'm going to give that collagen protein a try as well. So yes, protein and collagen, great for hair. So that's a real quality one. And I'll link that information below. Let's move on. So that would make it number 6, the vitamins and minerals. Okay, so let's move on, and now we're going to be at number 7. So detangling your hair with care, guys. Some people are so impatient and rough with their hair. They don't care. They just put the comb in there and they're like, you know, just tugging away. And you want to make sure you're using proper tool to detangle your hair. You can finger detangle at first. If it's that seriously tangled, use your finger to detangle your hair before you use a comb. I simply just take my hair, run my fingers through it, and gently remove any knots or tangles. And also make sure you're using the wider part of the comb than the more finer part, because this will rip your hair. This will be more gentle on your hair. Always have a pick for our type of hair, because when we do like the style preparation methods at night, you want something, or the Bantu knots or the 2-strand, you want something to bring the parts together. So a pick is always the best to do that without ruining your curls, or you know, your tussles or whatever was created from the style preparation method. So this superiorly helps do that. And then to detangle, after your finger detangle, you mist your hair with some water or aloe vera juice or whatever type of liquid you're using, and apply some shea butter or whatever butter mixture you have, and some oils. Maybe you've combined them together and you just need to use this one thing, as I do from this jar. I put oils and butters in there, the olive oil, the coconut oil, the castor oil. I've mixed it all in with the shea butter, and you just take some and apply to your hair. You know, it's always easier to detangle your hair when it's hydrated and moist and has oils and butters on it. So, and then you're going to use your finger to never try to detangle your hair when it's dry, because you're definitely going to rip your hair. You're going to tear your hair. So again, make sure it's misted with water, and you put some oils and butter mixture on it. And then you'll find out just how easy it is to comb through it, to finger detangle and to comb through it. And then you want to brush your hair. Brushing your hair also helps to grow your hair. That is something I learned from I was a little girl, that brushing your hair helps to grow your hair. I don't quite understand the science behind it, but it actually does make a difference. It really does, and it does help to grow your hair. I think it's because it gives some sort of gentleness. It's some sort of massage to the scalp, to the hair shaft. It really just allows whatever you apply to it to penetrate it even more. It opens up the hair shaft follicles, the pores in the hair follicles, and allows whatever you apply to it to get through it. It's like getting the blood flow from the root of the hair to the shaft. So I believe perhaps that is the science. I just kind of thought of it. And then you have your other type of brush, which I do not recommend to brush your hair with regularly. This is a detangler. This is not a detangler. This is like a boar hair bristle brush type of brush. This will tear your hair. I only use this to smooth out edges, and gently. Don't be all rough and hard. And always be gentle with your hair, guys. Be gentle. Be nice. And if I'm doing like a slicked back ponytail, just to smooth it down a little bit, I will do this after I've applied the water, the butters, the oils, and then, you know, maybe there's some little flyaways, and I'll use this and the comb, and I'll just use this to smooth it down gently. But I don't recommend you using this on your hair at all, unless it's for a particular style that requires you to smooth it down a bit. Okay. So number 8, moving along, is patience. Be patient with your hair, guys. As I just said, be patient when you're detangling your hair, when you're handling your hair, period. And be patient in allowing it to grow, because it takes time, and hair does not grow as fast as, you know, most things do. So just take your time. All good things takes time to blossom, to grow, to bloom. I mean, you know, in life, like if you were to plant a seed tonight or today, you can't expect to see a tree tomorrow, okay? It takes time. You're going to have to water it and nourish it and tend to it and care for it and love it up for it to grow. So be patient. Don't get frustrated and overwhelmed and wind up quitting too soon and going back to relaxing your hair and damaging your brain cells and your scalp. You don't want to do that. So just trust the process and be patient. It will work out. There's no need to rush. Just go with the flow. Take your time. Be patient with yourself. Okay, number 9, wash routine. So I wash my hair every weekend. So either on a Saturday or Sunday, I'll wash my hair, most likely on a Sunday for me. And I love to use, again, non-toxic products. So I have here Andalou, one of my favorite brands. And I love their shampoo. This is their Stem Cell Science collection. And this is their 1000 Roses Complex Conditioner, infused for moisture, it says, and their shampoo as well. Both of which is geared towards adding moisture to your hair. It's non-GMO, as you can see there, that little square box there at the bottom. Oh, there it is in the middle. Sorry, amongst the colorful boxes. And the ingredients are totally clean. It has rose. It has rose petals, essential oils, and whatnot in here, guys. It's amazing. And let me just say, as I'm washing my hair, I feel like and smell like 1000 roses. Okay, so, and it says 1000 Roses Complex. Literally, my hair smells good. It's invigorating. The scent of it just picks me right up, elevates your mood. I mean, I take my time using this stuff in the shower, probably a little bit too much, because I love the feeling and the scent that I get from it. I wish it lasted all day long, but you know, it doesn't. But it leaves your hair smelling and feeling great, superiorly moisturized and hydrated when I get out of the shower. It's easy to detangle my hair. It's already nicely detangled, I should say, using these 2 products. So there you go. So choose whatever works for you. That totally works for me. Okay. Number 9. Number 9 is minimize heat exposure. Okay, so heat dries our hair out and breaks our hair. So anything, dry, brittle hair breaks and damages our hair. It causes split ends. So the less heat you use on your hair, the better. I don't even own a blow dryer or a hair hot press comb or flat iron or anything of the sort. I don't. And I've been saying I need to get some, and I just haven't. I've just been using the style preparation method and just let my hair air dry when I wash it. Now, let's back up a bit regarding the wash routine. You do what's best for you. You wash your hair when you feel as though your hair needs to be washed, but clean scalp is required for healthy blood flow and for getting rid of the debris off your scalp from the products you use. Because sometimes if you use styling cream to do your 2-strand twist, if you're going to do a twist out or something, or if you're bantu knotting and you want to ensure that the curls that you're going to get in the morning is a little bit tighter and longer lasting, I may use like a setting styling cream such as Andalou's, the same brand. You definitely want to wash your hair at least once a week to get all of that residue and build up off of your scalp to allow new hair growth to be able to push through. So key important point on that one. Okay, let's get back to minimizing heat exposure. So yes, it breaks your hair. So you want to keep that to a minimum. I'm not saying you shouldn't, do as I do and don't apply any heat at all. But if you are going to minimize it to at least once per week, or once every 2 weeks, gauge yourself to see what works for you. If you did it once a week, does it damage your hair? So maybe you want to push it out to 2 times a week or whatever, and preserve it by using style preparation methods. So yeah, minimum heat exposure, especially in the sun. The sun also, in the summertime, we want to, the heat from the sun also dries our hair out and shrinks it. So it's best if I know that it's really humid outside, I'm not going to go outside with my hair like this, because guess what's going to happen? It's going to shrink and it's going to look like an afro that I didn't create, and it's going to look kind of crazy. So what I'll do is most likely put my hair in a ponytail, in a slick back ponytail of some sort, as I call the slickster, or I do half up, half down, but I'll two-strand twist it and just kind of pin it up nicely. You can even rock your Bantu knots out. Perfect protective method from the heat exposure from the sun during the summer months. Okay, let's move on to hair care tip number 11. So protective styling, which I don't do very often. I think since I went back to my natural hair from 3 or 4 years ago, I've only done protective styling twice. Once when I braided it myself. I did box braids using synthetic hair, and another time I installed, it was at least 3 times. Another time I installed some fake hair. They sewed it in. I braided my hair and sewed it in, and then let me say that only lasted for a few hours after getting it done, and I paid almost $200 for that because it was so tight and I could not handle it. I could not sleep. I wind it up before going to sleep because I couldn't go to sleep cutting that hair out of my hair. Oh my gosh. Anyway, what a waste. And I haven't since done that because my scalp is super sensitive to any tightness, being, you know, any strong over too excessive tension to it. I get a headache, and let me say it was not pleasant. So I couldn't sleep, so I wound up cutting that stuff out. And then I liked what I call hair play. So I have a couple of wigs that I'll play around with every now and then, and I say every now and then, literally it's like a blue moon thing. When you're having those lazy days or you're in a hurry and you just didn't have time, that the wigs serve for that purpose. But I seldom wear any fake hair protective styling. But I hear, and I must say, when I did do the box braids myself, my hair did grow while it was in that protective style. So it does work, guys. But ensure that you're also caring for your hair whilst it's in that protective style. Don't just put the fake stuff in it or on it and just leave your hair under there to suffer without adding some oils to your scalp or putting some butters on it, and then, or touch up your braids with some oil on your scalp and, brush the edges. Care for it. And if you are going to keep it for like a month or so, wash it definitely, or use dry shampoo or something of the sort. Okay. So number 12, hair treatments. So actually this was a 13 point. Hair treatments. Okay, so hair treatments are things like deep conditioners, rinses, whether it's a tea rinse or ACV rinse, hair mask, whether you're using bentonite clear, charcoal, whatever. You have to do this at least once per week or once every 2 weeks. Do some sort of hair treatment, whether it's a deep conditioner from a brand that you like, a non-toxic, clean product type of brand, or something you make yourself using olive oil. Like you can douse your hair in olive oil and put on a plastic cap and leave it on for an hour or two, and then wash and rinse it off. That you can save that for your wash day, to do a hair treatment. But definitely applying some bentonite clay, as I have here, and charcoal. I've made me a charcoal hair mask. I'll probably share these DIYs with you guys in another video. Let me know if you're interested, and I'll definitely do that. So doing some sort of hair treatment, which helps to nourish the hair and the scalp, and you just really luffing it up. So definitely incorporate that in your hair care. And this is for not just natural hair, but any hair. So even if you are someone watching and you don't have our texture type of hair, you have hair period, some of these tips apply to you. What else? Let's move on. So number 13 and last, love your edges, guys. Love up your edges, especially if you are someone who wears a lot of wigs and a lot of fake hair and do a lot of tugging and tight ponytails and pulling of your edges. tension, the stress from all of that will take your edges out if you don't pay particular extra attention to it. So yes, apply castor oil. Jamaica black castor oil is great for edges, for regrowing hair. So definitely that is a key ingredient to apply to your edges to keep them healthy and growing and, you know, just well loved and cared for. So yes, love up your edges. Pay extra attention and care for your edges. And that's it. 13 beginner's guide type of hair care tips. And I'll go through the list one more time. I'll begin with the one that I didn't even write down, so it's actually 13. Number 1, hair grows, healthy hair begins, and beautiful hair, guys, let me just say it, let's put it out there and make it very clear that healthy hair has nothing to do with texture, length, curls or not. It's simply beautiful hair healthy hair that is beautiful hair, period. That's it. That's what beautiful hair is. It has nothing to do with skin color, hair texture, or any other thing of the sort, or length. It's simply healthy hair. As long as your hair you have a head of healthy hair, it's beautiful hair. Coily, kinky, curly, straight, as long as it's healthy, it's beautiful hair. Okay, so tip number 1, I'm going to run through them again, is healthy hair and hair care begins from the inside out. So get yourself some vitamins and minerals, like a collagen protein. Again, I'll share that link below. That will help nurture and grow hair from the inside out. Number 2, style prep method. Number 3, sleeping on a silk or satin pillowcase or using to wrap your hair at night with a silk or satin scarf. Number 3, moisturize and hydrate. That was number 4. Number 5, oils and butters. Number 6, trimming. Number 7, detangling your hair. Number 8, hair treatments. Number 9, patience. Number 10, wash routine. Number 11, minimize heat exposure. Number 12, protective styles. And number 13 and last, love your edges. And that's it, guys. I hope this has been helpful. If it has been, give it a thumbs up. Share it so someone else can benefit from this information. If you know someone who wants to go back to their natural hair or who just started, share this video with them as well. Don't forget to comment and leave your questions, give your feedback. I'm always open to constructive criticism. I totally welcome that. Constructive is keyword there. And subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any videos that I post here. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time and attention. I will catch you in my next video. And as always, have yourselves a wonderful day. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye-bye.